Hello everybody and welcome to Life is Daijoubu, episode 112. Today, we will be talking about Saga of Tanya the Evil around like the halfway-ish point of the episode. We'll be talking about just season 1, so if you are still watching season 2 or haven't even started that yet, no need to worry about spoilers for that. We'll just be doing season 1. But of course, we also will be going over the news for the week as well as our seasonal shows, at least one or two, depending on what these boys want to talk about. I'm excited to talk about my anime this week. Wink, very big wink on that one. But before we get into that, my name is Cole, and I am joined by Skylar.
Hi, I'm here. That's Thane.
That's Skylar. Thane's with me as well. Boys, it's been a little minute. We didn't have our usual lunch, or rather dinner, I guess, this week. How have you guys been?
Good. Yeah.
Gaming?
Tired. Yeah. I'm tired today anyway.
Yeah, what'd you do yesterday? Got you tired?
Just family reunion the last 2 days. We've been out in the sun.
Oh, yeah. The sun's killer.
It zaps you.
It does zap you. Then you do anything fun? You did family reunion last week. Is that correct? Yeah, yes. That's right. I don't have a family reunion coming up, so I lucked out.
You were lucky.
Sorry, boys. But yesterday, I played Yu-Gi-Oh! I drove 3 hours to play Yu-Gi-Oh! For 7 rounds. And then I drove 3 hours back, got home around like 11:30. Left my house around 6. That was great. Love getting up earlier than I do for the weekday on my day off. That's nice. That feels real good. But I took a deck that I've never played before. Went first 4 rounds undefeated and then lost the next 3 rounds. I got 20th overall. 20th out of like 97, something like that.
That's pretty good.
Pretty solid. Pretty happy with my performance. But enough about us. Let's talk about anime. We actually have a decent chunk of news. That's why it took me a little bit to get out of here, guys. Sorry about that. But we do have a solid number of new anime announcements. But before we get to those, we have one new season of a show that was announced. I don't know why it was announced this late. I don't think it aired last season, so maybe that's why. But it is Chained Soldier is getting season 3. Do you remember that one? I don't think remembers that one. There's a lot of boobies in it. So
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah, I talked about the manga. So I was horny, looking for some manga. Found a horny manga and read the majority of it. Got caught up and then haven't read it since because it's not that good. Yeah.
You just got to be in the mood for it.
You really just got to be in the mood for it is really what it is, yeah. It's like fine. I'm surprised it's getting 3 seasons, I guess is the best way to put it. Of all the shows to get a season 3, this is not one I would have ever expected to get a season 3.
Yeah, there's been worse.
There has been worse. You're right. Thane, you have only watched the anime. Yeah. Is the anime okay?
Yeah. It's just mostly boobs.
Yeah, okay. They fight stuff. Guy transforms into motorcycle demon. He doesn't have wheels, but
every girl does a different transformation,
and they all ride him.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's symbolic for something. Next up, we have our slew of new anime announcements. First up, we have. I'll start from the bottom. We have Yura Q.
Sounds like a manga.
Have you heard of this? You've not heard of it? Oh, I thought you might have actually. It is a manga. You're right. This heartwarming comedy follows Kyoko, a high school girl who was born to a human and a fox. Although she has 8 beautiful, talented older siblings, she worries about being just ordinary, and she cannot control her fox charm powers well. Her childhood friend Haru-chan tells her that he finds her charming and totally adores her. But still, the fox girl Kyoko works hard for everyone and for herself. It's almost, that kind of like makes me think like they saw Noko-tan and like said, hey, let's do that about Fox Girl. I wonder if she has like a tail. I don't know. Maybe fox ears. I didn't look too deep into that one. I won't lie. Next up, we have Studio Cabana. I don't know why those an R in there. Studio Cabana.
Wait, this is an anime?
This is an anime. It is an
Original?
adaptation.
Oh, it's
Oh,
an
sorry.
adaptation.
Yeah, it's an adaptation of something.
Manga.
Manga?
Yes, it's a manga. You're correct. So it says Yukari Maki is a high school girl who prides herself on honesty, and she's starting to get the feeling that she and her delinquent classmate Yusuke Kusaka don't have a single thing in common. But her straight-laced unwillingness to let him skate by in school earns her an almost chaperone-like reputation and his apparent disdain. Yet despite Yusuku's disapproval of her hovering, Yukari refuses to let a new rumor about him spread. After following Yusuke home to discuss it, she watches him stop at a music studio, and there Yukari sees and hears a side of Yusuke she had never imagined.
She's a stalker?
She's a stalker. It's a show about a stalker. Let's get excited.
Yeah.
That sounds like a banger. I love when anime girls stalk without any repercussions.
Could be a horror. Could be a horror one.
Yeah, I don't think it's a horror, but
I think it's a romance.
it's definitely like a shoujo romance, right? Like it screams of that one author on Viz manga all over that does things like where the boy is like the charming but like kind of delinquent-y, and I don't know what I'm thinking of. If I looked it up, I could find it pretty easy, but we don't have time for that. We can move on. Next up, we have Because I, the True Saint, Was Banished, That Country Is Done For.
Ooh, we're right there. It's in that gray line.
It's on the cusp, isn't it?
Yeah.
Light novel.
I'm going to say manga.
Thane's correct. It is a light novel.
Good job, Thane.
Good job, Thane. You got over the cusp of the light novel line. Ever since she was a child, Elaine has been the saint and protector of the kingdom Belkheim, warding off monsters and ensuring bountiful harvest with her prayers. But when a pretender saint beguiles the foolish prince to whom she is engaged into believing she is nothing but a fraud, he calls off the marriage and banishes her from the kingdom. Homeless and penniless, but free to chart her own course for the first time in her life, Elaine decides to make for the neighboring kingdom, where she hopes to blend in as a commoner and lead a quiet life. But a chance encounter on the road will totally upend her modest plans. This sounds like the making of a villainous one, but I don't think it's quite villainous yet. It's close, though. Next up, we have Kusunoki's flunking her high school glow up. Kusunoki.
Manga.
Manga?
It is a manga. Keisuke Shizuku and Shizuka Kusunoki are taking high school by storm with their good looks, but they share a dark secret. They were both total outcasts in middle school. While Shizuki has succeeded in making himself over inside and out, clearing the slate of his past life, Kusunoki is still struggling to develop social skills to match her new appearance. She's eager for Shizuki's help, if only he could get over his phobia of pretty girls. That feels very tropey.
Yeah.
That one doesn't feel very genuine. Okay, next up we have Mi-chan and Yamada-san.
Manga.
Manga?
Yeah, manga. In the heart of Shinjuku, there are a variety of nightclubs open to customers who seek a night of indulgence alongside gorgeous companions. Yamada is one of those companions working part-time while attending university. Though lately, Yamada finds it easier to become the model hostess rather than a star pupil. She keeps to herself, following the written and unwritten rules of hosting, and doesn't bother getting entangled with anyone if she can help it. That is until Mi-chan stumbles into her life. Mi-chan is adorable but useless. She can't read or write and is incredibly clumsy, always messing something up, which earns her ridicule from staff and customers alike. But something about her endless motivation and bright energy draws Yamada in, creating an unexpected friendship. Does this mean friendship or friendship? Are they roommates or are they roommates?
Tune in to find out.
Tune in to find out. Next up, we have Senren Banka.
Manga.
Manga?
This is a visual novel.
Oh, visual.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta throw a weird one in every now and then.
Curveball.
Yeah, curveball. The story follows Arichi Masaomi, who visits the traditional mountain town of Hori and accidentally breaks a legendary divine sword, the Murasa Memaru, stuck in a stone. This awakens Murasame, the sword spirit, and leads Masaomi, why are they all M words, to be betrothed to the local shrine princess, Yoshino Tomotake, as they try to stop spirits from plaguing the village.
Sounds somewhat interesting.
Yeah? I mean, it's based off a visual novel. Usually visual novel adaptations, I think, are pretty solid. They do typically a good job of it.
They're going to smash.
They're going to smash. I
If
wonder
you get the good ending thing.
if you get the good thing. And I wonder if I think there's multiple. I think I saw as I was looking at it, there's multiple like routes. So I don't know if the anime will do the multiple routes. Okay, we got two more. Millennium Family.
Manga.
Yeah, I feel like I had heard of this manga. I've never read it, but I think I have heard of it before. 7 immortal siblings born in England possess humanity's ultimate dream, eternal life, but their gift makes them targets for the criminal underworld, corrupt hospitals, and international military organizations. After centuries apart, this extraordinary family reunites for a thrilling new chapter in their lives. That sounds fascinating.
Yeah.
It makes sense why I'd heard about it, because it seems like it's an interesting and fascinating one.
Are they vampires?
It doesn't say. But that's kind of what vampires do, huh? Like, at least in Twilight, anyway. That's what their families were doing in Twilight. Okay, next up, or last one we have, exiled merchant saves the world with the power of money.
Oh.
Light novel.
I'm going to say manga again.
This is a light novel.
Good job, Tane.
They're clever. They're clever now. They're not doing the stupidly long titles. They're doing just barely long enough where it feels like it could be either way. The story follows Torao, a merchant who belongs to the S-rank adventurer party Blue Ring. Although he forces his party to be frugal, he is caught using funds to provide financial support to a female adventure party, Garnet. And then they changed the spelling all of a sudden of the main character's name to Trow. I don't know if Anime News Network was smoking something or not, but apparently now Trow is subsequently fired, and the Blue Ring members are annihilated by the Demon King despite his warnings. Yikes. Trow joins the Garnet team on a journey to defeat the Demon King, recover his party's equipment, and throw money at his problems. So it looks like it's a harem. Based on that, it has an interesting premise where his party just gets annihilated, but then looks like it becomes a harem pretty quickly. Any of those seem interesting? A couple of them. I thought the Millennium Family was probably the most interesting to me, but
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch. I mean, maybe I'd watch a few of them. I don't know.
I think some of those rom-coms, depending on the season, like if it's like if we're scraping the bottom of the barrel for rom-coms, some of those could probably make it in.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can go ahead and start talking about our seasonal shows. This season is kind of, how you feeling about it? We liking, we disliking. We don't have a lot of shows. We got a lot of shows. What do you think?
It feels like it falls in the middle of the road for me. Because there's a few shows I am watching that I do really enjoy. Obviously, Mushoku Tensei, but I mostly have rom-coms.
Really? This is your rom-com season of the year?
Yeah. The one that I'll tell you about, because I think I told you guys about the smoking one last time.
Yeah.
This one is called Love Unseen Beneath the Clear Night Sky. So this is a rom-com about a boy and a girl. They're in college, and the girl can't see. She is blind. So these two are trying to navigate a relationship. Like, they're not dating yet, but obviously they're getting there. They're going on dates. But it's just them trying to navigate this relationship with a girl that can't see. And it just brings up all the different scenarios and situations where that's applicable. And I mean, I feel like it's pretty fun. It does a good job of, because you as the audience member are the main boy, because his responses are your responses as far as like, especially if you haven't been around blind people, you don't really understand. You won't know things until they get brought up. You know what I mean? Like, for example, he was talking to her about, they were at a restaurant eating and he ordered, and then he turned to her and he's like, "What do you want?" She's like, "I don't know. What's on the menu? I can't see it." But he just didn't even think about it. So anyway, it's pretty fun. I really enjoy this one.
Nice. That seems like a feel good one.
Yes, very.
Very feel good. Thane, what are you enjoying?
I'm watching Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Oh, you started season two? So I guess we're not going to completely dive into it, but did you watch season one subtitle then? Or did you watch it
dubbed? And I thought, oh, I'm going to watch the movie. No dub for the movie.
No dub for the movie.
It's old too. So I was like,
old.
why is there no dub for the movie?
And then I don't know if season two even has an announced dub.
Yeah, right now it has the episode 1 has a Spanish dub, a German dub, or they have a Portuguese dub, no English dub.
I wonder if they couldn't get some of the big names back.
I don't know.
Like, I think J. Michael Tatum is one of those officer guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the one with the weird crazy hair.
I wonder if he's still voice acting, isn't he?
Yeah.
I wonder if like he was busy or something and couldn't come back, and then they just never got around to doing the movie.
It's funny because Monica Real, like, I don't really like her voice. She's everywhere. She doesn't fit some of the characters, but this one she actually
He
fit.
fits this one so
Yeah.
well.
I think the first one I saw with her in was Steins Gate Zero.
Yeah, with Maho.
Maho, yeah.
Yeah.
She has a very nasally voice.
It's very obvious who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time you hear it, you're like, oh, okay, I know who that is. Yeah.
But season 2 is more army shenanigans.
Is it more of the same? Like, are you
No,
watching it?
well-
It's like, okay, it's like I'm watching a just continuation of season 1, not like the story's changed too much.
Well, it's just a new offensive, so
Okay.
it's slowly progressing.
I see.
I don't know if the enemies really changed because it's kind of throwing me off. Because in the sub, she calls them commies instead of Democrats.
Oh, it's because that's like the Russia part of the fight.
Yeah,
in
they're
their way
fighting
now.
Russians,
I see.
and it's funny because you can hear in the audio track you can hear say "call me." Communists.
Yeah.
So, but then there's also this one pedophile guy that wants Tanya, and it's
Oh,
weird.
I don't like that.
He's apparently based off of a real Russian guy who was also a pedophile.
Great.
Yeah,
Gotta love historical accuracy, right?
yeah,
But this one they can fly.
yeah. This one they could fly.
Historical fiction.
There we go.
Accuracy.
Historical fiction accuracy. Well, I've got a show that I think is easily the best anime of this season. Sorry, Mushoku Tensei, step aside. We've got King of the Hill season 13. It dropped all in one day. We all watched it together. We stayed up all night watching it. It was awesome. Watch it in a single day. Season 13, killer. Actually, I think it's like season 16 or something like that. Regardless, new season of King of the Hill is awesome. It's banger. It slaps. I know it's the best anime ever. And you guys need to jump on it. I was lying about us watching it together. But I did watch it in like the span of like a single day. Then I had 2 episodes left because it was too late for me to continue. So I watched the next 2 last day.
Yeah, I watched the first season of the reboot or whatever. It's freaking hilarious.
I think it's so funny how you watched the reboot and not any of the original series. It's so funny to me. You're just literally jumping into a show with season 13 and be like, all right, here we go. Or whatever it was.
It's great.
Oh yeah, I love King of the Hill. That's not what I actually want to talk about. I want to talk about another anime called Aang the Last Airbender. It was a movie that came out about Avatar Aang being the last airbender, and they're all adults. And
Is that the one that got leaked early?
yeah, I wanted to talk about the whole saga with it. So this movie it's got a history, and it's gonna go down known as like this movie that like kind of had the very unfortunate life, essentially. So probably 3-4 months ago, randomly Paramount, around the same time Paramount said that we're not putting this movie in theaters, it's going to go direct to streaming. It randomly got emailed to some person online. And so they opened up their email one day and all of a sudden there's a movie in their email. They looked at it and it was the Avatar movie. And so they started throwing it up online to give to other people. And like, we're talking like things like WeTransfer, like websites like WeTransfer, Dropbox, things like that. That's how this movie was shared. It wasn't on any sketchy website. It was literally just shared on the most common website you've ever seen. And so it was very, very widespread for like a day or two. And then it kind of just like somehow disappeared. It was on Twitter for a while. Like it was one of those. Like they just kind of uploaded the whole movie to Twitter and people just watch it on Twitter if they wanted. And so after a couple days, I think most of those traces were gone. And after that, you're back to to just looking at them on shady websites. And so it kind of set a sour taste in both fans as well as the creators. Like a lot of the animators like spoke out, like said, like, dang, it sucks that not only am I going to get my stuff in theaters, but people are already watching it in illegal ways, essentially. And I guess looping all the way to it now, it came out last Friday. So not 2 days ago for us anyway, but a whole week ago is when it finally came out. And I watched it and man, it's a spectacle.
Is it?
It is definitely, if it's not better than Your Name on a spectacle level, it's on par. Like it's neck and neck with Your Name. It looks as good, if not better. Probably one of the best animation like quality I've ever seen in a movie. Like it's crazy.
Is the story good too?
The story's fine. It's not like you're watching the original series and it's that good.
So it wasn't the same writers?
No, it was.
Oh, okay.
It was. The original writers came back for it. It's a good movie. Like you watch it, and if you like Avatar and you watch it, you're like, yeah, I enjoyed this because it was more of the things that I like, and I got to see the characters that I grew up with growing up as well. And then if, say, you just watch this without watching any of this series, you'd be like, yeah, that was entertaining. They explained enough where I got it, and I was able to watch it, and also it looked really, really pretty. But man, I kind of wish I could have saw this on a theater screen, like a big old screen, seeing all the animation, all the pretty colors, all the incredible backgrounds and stuff. Like, I think it would have slapped. It would have went really, really well with that. So it is unfortunate, but is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's what I was alluding to when I said I'm going to talk about anime as about Avatar and King of the Hill. Truth be told, I really haven't watched a ton of this stuff this season. I watched a little bit of that Black Torch, and I've been watching Mushoku Tensei, but the rest of the season I haven't really been caught up on. There's a couple of shows I want to get caught up on, and I want to finish out Black Torch as well, but I just really need to buckle down and get into it. I was basically just busy doing other stuff and then watching Saga of Tanya, the Evil.
Yeah.
And here we are. Busy watching King of the Hill. That's really what it was. Basically, most of my anime time went to King of the Hill. But yeah, that's our seasonal talk. Let's go ahead and get ready to dive into Saga of Tanya the Evil. Once again, we have full spoilers for just season 1, not for the movie or season 2. So just season 1, the first 12 episodes we'll be spoiling. And that's your warning. Thane, you chose Saga of Tanya the Evil for us. Go ahead and give us a little rundown on it.
So, in present day Japan, there's this guy who's he's basically hired to fire people because he can't. Because that's part of his job. Because the boss doesn't want to. So it's like, well, he's ruthless, so let's have him fired. So he fires this guy because like, oh, yeah, you've been late constantly. I don't care if you need this job. You're doing a piss poor performance. And so when he walks home, the one guy pushes him into a train, and before he dies, a godlike being comes to him and says, like, aren't people fulfilling their destiny or like doing what I say or whatever? And he's like, I don't believe in God. And he's like, well, I'll make you believe. And then he reincarnates him as a little girl in a alternate universe. And this little girl climbs the ranks while trying to defy God, but he's trying to wiggle his way in. And by the task suggests she's evil. Well, or rather, she does things to try to win a war. And throughout the time, she's like, man, I don't want to be on the front lines. I just want to be in the back. So really, she's not evil. Like, she wants to cause harm constantly. She just wants to do what she can to just live a comfortable life.
You know what's interesting too, I guess, jumping into that aspect of it, I got like totally different vibes. It almost felt not too tonal, but like she's very smart, very good with tactics, and is a ruthless killer, but also kind of wants to just be a pansy in the back of the line. She just kind of wants to be, and I get it, I guess, now saying it out loud, she just wants to be the leader.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it almost felt like she was like,
enjoying it.
Yeah.
well, when she was out there, it felt like it, but at the same time, I'm trying, I don't know how to explain this. It felt like she enjoyed being a ruthless leader / killer out on the battlefield, but also was like pansying away from it as well. She wanted to be in the back of the, in the behind the enemy or behind the line of fire and whatnot. So I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm even using the correct words here. It didn't feel right, is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah.
It felt like there was two different Tanyas battling. There's this sadistic psychopath, and then also like this somewhat humane person that is just a pansy.
I think what it boils down to, and this is probably why it's titled Saga of Tanya, the evil, specifically the evil part. I think deep down she does want to be out there doing it all. And that's why you get things like she comes up with this really good idea, this really good plan at one point, and the general's like, that's an awesome plan. We're going with it, and you're leading it. And I think like deep down, she was like secretly hoping, I hope I get this. Like, I want this. Mm. That's my thoughts anyway. I think it's like a slow descent into evil.
I see.
Is my guess, but yeah.
I do like Tanya as a character, even though she is the evil, like her ruthlessness, her cunning, and the fact she's willing to get things done, get her hands dirty. It's just interesting to see like a perspective from a character who would be a villain in another story. And,
yeah. And I think we can talk about that. We can like dive into that actually. Yeah. I think that's really fascinating. There's one character who has a story where Tanya is the villain for.
Yeah.
I don't know his name or anything like that, but it's that one guy that she encounters.
Anson Su.
Is that the name?
Yeah.
Anson Su, they encounter him during that sneak attack fight thing. And she essentially takes his gun. That gun becomes hers. And then eventually they have this moment where they fight again. And if the story was told from his perspective, and we do get a little bit of his perspective because we see like him with his family and all that. From his perspective, Tanya is literally the bad guy. She's literally just the evil devil that they've been calling her. Mm-hmm. And I like how they brought that up. That's really funny. But I think before we continue with that part of the conversation, we could talk about the elephant in the room being the idea and the premise of this war that is taking place and the parallel alternate universe that they are in. It's a fictionalized Germany, basically, right? Like it's Germany like I read at the start of World War II, essentially, right? World War II, was that
World War I?
Is it World War I? World War I.
World War II.
Right at the start of World War I, where Germany is kind of causing some ruckus, and the world is starting to push back, and they're going to get into World War I. And even though it's World War I, there's a lot of like motifs of World War II, right? Like they're definitely like trying to play it up like it's Germany World War II. At one point, I'm pretty confident that I don't remember exactly where it was, but I'm pretty sure Tanya straight up quotes Mustachio Man. I don't remember what it was, but she says something along the lines of like, well, there was a famous dictator general or general leader that said something like this. And I was just like, I'm pretty sure she's quoting that guy.
She's quoting Stalin.
Was it Stalin?
No,
I was meaning.
I don't remember.
Can you not say his name?
Oh, I don't know. I think we're far enough in, probably 30 minutes. You two don't care about this. I think she was quoting Hitler. I don't think she was literally a Hitler quote. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy that she quoted him. I think it was like episode 3. I don't know.
Found a statement from the author about asked like, what do you think about portraying Nazis? Like, oh, I hate Nazis. Like, I'm just portraying war as an awful thing.
Yeah, and that's the vibe I got anyway.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting too, and this kind of piggybacks off of my first initial thoughts of Tanya, but like, I know she is Tanya the evil, but everything she does in context is just to benefit her country and herself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's a douche. She's to me, the most evil thing she did up to this point was the very first thing she did in episode.
Sent those guys in the pillbox.
Sent those guys to, the pillbox where she knew they were going to die. Other than that, like, yeah, she was an asshole to her squadron, but she got those guys ready to fight, and they did a hell of a job. Like, they had pretty much mission success from there on out. And so, not that I've ever been in any sort of military or boot camp training or anything like that, but it's not like sunshine and rainbows. Like, those guys go through literal hell so that when they're out there on the battlefield, they can fulfill their mission. So, like, I know it's labeled as
I have a
Tanya Saga of Evil, but like, is she really evil in context of what she's doing as a leader?
Because the Japanese novel name is called like Chronicles of a Little Military Girl.
Oh, so the name
Chronicles of a Little Girl.
So our name is far different.
Yeah, and I think Saga of Tanya Evil is just what people perceive her as.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Like, through the perspective of that other guy, Cole, like you were mentioning, I get it. Like, she is evil to him. But like, to me as the viewer watching it, I'm like, well, I don't understand how she's evil other than she's trying to just do what's best for her country and obviously herself. But like, aside from the very first episode, like, I don't know what else she's done that was super evil. Even when she was like training her guys, they respected her.
Well, she did say, hey, fire into those civilians. They're going to want to get revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess too, but like
that was a direct order from above as well.
Right. Once again, she's fulfilling orders, but two, she's trying to do what's best for her country.
Another one I think of is when they're attacking that country's capital and they do the warning.
And she's
like, she does a little child baby voice to make it sound like it's a prank, and then no one leaves and they just bombard them. That was a little yikers.
Once again, though, like, in my mind, it's still in the best interest of her country, which it goes back to what you mentioned, Thane, how the writer, I think, is just trying to portray how evil war is.
It doesn't help that we have the view that they were the bad guys in the World War. And so we see that we are portraying our vision on them, going like, oh yeah, these were the bad guys. We know what they're doing. They're doing the bad guy stuff.
Right.
And maybe that's also part of why it's Tanya the evil, because she's part of the bad guy squad in our real world.
Yeah. But I guess, like I said, it's just within context. Because war in general, and I think they did a good job of portraying like how bad it is either way. But the context of good and bad is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's history is written by the victors, right? Like, Germany won. They're not the bad guys all of a sudden. They're the guys that won.
Yeah.
Yep. I do like, I think I did not enjoy this, mind you. This was not for me.
Really?
This show was okay.
Okay. Interesting.
But I think the parts that I did enjoy is like seeing the more humane parts of Tanya, and then also seeing her squad start to respect her.
Sure.
Like when they were training in the snow and that moment where she like, obviously she's training him in very horrible ways, but like she pulls one of the guys out of the snow, and then she like the other guy's like passed out, and she like knees him in the back or something. And he coughs up snow or something, and then her squad's like, "Dang, like we respect this person," and she was like taken aback by the fact that obviously she was trying to get him to quit, but she was taken aback by the fact that none of them would quit. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna follow you to the end." I thought that part was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like this. And maybe it's just because I'm not like a big fan of war. I do like war movies, but I guess the writer did a good job of getting me to realize, yeah, war sucks on both fronts. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I would watch any more of this. It was just not my cup of tea.
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
You already watched the movie and you're in
season 2.
Are you caught up to season 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's right up my ass alley. Right down my urethra. Sorry. No, what I like about Tanya is that like, yeah, she's doing this to be a good soldier. Says, well, if I disobey orders, I get the firing squad. But also the two main general guys are like, let's get the whole world involved in this war. There'll be a world war. And then but also Tanya's like, hey, let's just try to stop this war as soon as possible. If the that they call the Unified States come in, we're fucked. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Also,
because she knows history. She knows how things happened.
Yeah. And also, they also in the movie they introduce a new antagonist, and her name's Mary Sue.
Oh, we see there at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the season.
Yeah.
She's
and
like
in the movie, in the movie, they have a fight, and it's like, okay, if Mary Sue feels like she's like the standard protagonist because she's virtuous and everything. Meanwhile, she still uses her father's gun. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, she would be the villain, but like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
'Cause I kind of feel like they're evenly matched.
I'm in the middle, actually. It's kind of interesting. This is a very rare show where we have a not like, and middle, where I didn't dislike it, but I also don't love it. It's not like my favorite thing in the world. It was really easy for me to watch, even though I've already seen it before. This was an easy rewatch. I think I watched the first 8-9 episodes within a couple days. Like once I get it rolling, it's easy to just keep rolling to the next one and the next one and the next one. So yeah, I like it, but I don't know. It's hard for me to be like, okay, time to go watch the movie, time to go watch season 2. And especially because they don't have the dub, that kind of kills a lot of the excitement for me to go in and try to watch the movie and watch the season 2, because I don't want to have to learn all these new voice actors as well as start reading to watch the movie and the season 2, unfortunately. So that's kind of what holds me back, unfortunately. But overall, I thought I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think the moral dilemmas of it all is interesting. And Thane did get me interested in the movie based on how he described it. How essentially is it still from Tanya's point of view?
Yes.
So it's that one really does feel like the bad guy's point of view, because you're watching the good guy or the protagonist try to avenge their father kind of thing. Like that's fascinating. There's a lot of cool stuff that they can do with this kind of a story, but I don't know. I'm kind of locked in on the dub voice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much left to say, honestly. Like I said, there was parts I did enjoy, but I don't know. I think overall, this was not a me story. Like even like the war tactics was kind of fun in the back and forth, and then towards the end where she figured it out, and she's like, "Hey, we got to do this," and they're like, "No, what are you doing? There's an armistice." Like she's asking for very specific verbiage on how the treaty was presented or the ceasefire.
Yeah.
And she had figured it out almost instantaneously. But then you got that moral dilemma where she's like, hey, we got to just go end this war. Like our boots on the neck. Let's just finish the job. And everyone else is like, no, what are you doing? We're not, no. And then, so she's going back and forth of well, do I do I listen, like Thane already said, do I get the firing squad and disobey orders, or do I just listen to what they say? And then she got the I told you so moment too at the end, where you should have listened to her. But
there's one aspect we never even talked about this whole time. I just realized the fact that like it's a fantasy world. They're flying around. They're calling them mages and stuff.
Yeah.
They have this power where they can channel their energy or their magic into like these crystals, I guess let's call them, that can help them fly and then shoot their guns to make crazy like magic power explosions and stuff. I think if they explore that too much, it might get a little power scaly and could be bad. Because you have that one scene fairly early on when Tanya basically snipes a little outpost like really far away after she like powers up the one shot she does. And if that was as strong as that was, why isn't she doing that all the time? Because that seems a little too strong. That's a little overpowered. And maybe obviously that's why it's not written in to do that more often. But man, if it was, it takes a lot of things.
In season 2, she also finds an outpost, but she locates it and says, "Oh, fire the mortars."
Instead of using her magic?
Yeah.
I see. What do you think about the flying, like the dog fights and stuff?
They're probably the best part of the show.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the coolest
Some of the
parts.
best, like some of the best spectacles of animation. It feels like she's in a shoot 'em up game.
they replaced the airplanes with
Well, they had
humans.
airplanes. They did have airplanes at one.
I don't like the
once.
inconsistent design of having the flying things be on one foot and not on both feet. It
Well, it
feels
seemed like everybody had different methods of flying.
There's
They had
also ones where they had skis. They had
skis,
the
the
chariots.
motorcycles,
Yeah,
chariots. I thought it was kind of neat.
yeah.
I thought it was fun to see the different interpretations of the flying machines.
And also, why do they need airplanes when they just have mages?
They fly higher. Airplanes
Oh
fly
yeah,
higher.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
They humans without the gear can't
Yeah.
fly.
That's why they were freaking out
Also-
when Tanya
oh.
was able to go up there because she had
I remember.
extra.
This show gives me Warhammer vibes, Warhammer 40K, because like in that universe, nobody's the good guy, especially the Space Marines that are a lot of the focus. It's always like for the Emperor, and they're literally out ruining other people's lives for the Emperor. This is kind of like, if you like Warhammer, you might like this show because it kind of gives the vibes, except more grounded in realism.
Yeah.
She's just a Space Marine loyal to the Emperor. If she was in 40K, she actually wouldn't be a Space Marine. She'd probably be another faction, like a Battle Sister or whatever.
I think the flying combat is interesting as well because it makes it so that they have to be a lot better at firing their guns because hitting a flying object with a rifle is absurdly hard.
Yeah.
And they're doing it while they are also flying around.
Also, they can use these rifles like machine guns.
No. Only Tanya could because she had the machine gun.
Yeah.
No one else could. They were shooting like one shot at a time.
I forgot she has the clip.
And then that guy at the end, he has the trench gun.
Yeah.
He
you broke
violates
the treaty.
he
You
violates
violates
the
the
war,
treaty.
war treaties.
Why would it? Trench guns are.
No. Yeah, trench guns were a violation of the of the wartime.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, back then anyway.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Like that's why they call them trench guns, right? You run through the trenches with a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's a brutal death.
Yeah.
To get shot by a shotgun, and so running through the trenches, blasting people, they banned that for war.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
They're literally firing mortars and stuff at people.
Yeah.
You'd think that anything would go at that point. I mean, we dropped nukes.
Well, nukes aren't allowed anymore either.
Sure, but like it's war.
Yeah, I mean, you do it
now
the
it's
first
funny,
time,
now,
and then you do it the first time. They go, "Yeah, it's pretty effed up. We're not doing that anymore." And we turn that off, and you put it on the treaty. That's why like I said, that's why they had trench guns. They had some guys running around trench guns in the trenches, and it was brutal. Like they weren't dying quick.
Yeah.
At least with like an artillery shot, you're dying pretty freaking quick from that.
Yeah.
You're getting shot by a rifle, like you may not die quick depending on where you get hit from, but like it's not like agonizingly dying. Like
guess-
you get your arm blown off and all of a sudden you're bleeding out and you're dying. Like it's so painful, right? Like
I guess I just didn't know that they had gentlemen's rules when it came to war.
yeah. That's what we do in the
I had no
in the
idea.
world.
No idea.
It's fascinating. Yeah. We're gonna say anything?
No, it doesn't matter because there's combat shotguns that military.
Yeah. It's different now. Yeah.
I think combat shotguns are also better designed when you shoot someone. Usually,
The
it
spread
kills
isn't
them.
as much.
Yeah.
Like with the older shotguns, like the spread was a lot higher, so you're getting hit by all over.
Yeah.
Or your arms getting blown off. Like imagine getting shot, boom, 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 instead of just one pierce. Like it's gonna hurt right there, but it's not hurt all over while you're agonizingly dying.
Yeah, I see.
I say this as someone who's never been shot. I don't know what it's like. I'm just imagining, and from what I've heard from other people, but
Yeah, I had no idea there was rules to war.
yeah, lots of
Oh yeah,
rules.
there are.
That's why we don't just nuke everybody all the time, because everybody was like, we can't do that anymore. That was
Blow up
devastatingly
the
bad.
world.
That was like no, it was mostly because it was just devastating to humans in general.
Yeah.
It's not because we would have blown up the world. It was literally just because like it's made people suffer for years and years, let alone the people that died instantly. The people that had the aftermath just suffered for like 30 plus years until they eventually died as well.
But doesn't everybody still have nukes? Don't
Yeah.
all these countries still have nukes?
Yeah. It's kind of like just pointing the gun at them and not shooting.
I
That's
see.
what that is.
It's like that one drawing of Cuba.
The
What's his
Cuban
name?
Missile Crisis. Yeah.
Yeah, of JFK and
Yeah. They're like holding their
his
finger
freaking
over the
name?
button. Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro.
Yep. But unless we have anything else, that's pretty much it for the show. Skylar, I think it is your time to choose for our next show that we'll be watching over the next 2 weeks. What do you have in store for us?
We have. It's called Terror in Resonance.
Okay.
I don't know anything about this,
Watanabe.
but I'll give you a little synopsis real quick. Painted in the red, the word Vaughn is all that is left behind after a terrorist attack on a nuclear facility in Japan. The government is shattered by their inability to act, and the police are left frantically searching for ways to crack down the perpetrators. 6 months later, a strange video makes its way onto the internet, and two teenage boys who identify themselves as Sphinx directly challenge the police, threatening to cause destruction and mayhem across Tokyo.
All right. So then, over the next 2 weeks, we'll be watching Terror in Resonance. So if you'd like to join us, feel free to join us. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of Saga of Tanya the Evil. And because I never say this, leave a like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We hope you guys all have a great life. We'll see you in 2 weeks with Terrors of Resonance. Bye. Terrors in Resonance.
Terror in Resonance.
Terror in Resonance.
Bye.